But yeah, good luck, have fun in both races. This is TNF versus Ojo. Who do I think will win this conduit? My money's probably on Ribbon Graph. Okay, immediately we have an arena. Let's see. Fireball for both racers. Having a 1-1 arena is not all too common. Usually expect to see a Blood Shop or something. Yeah, DNH is also really good, but hasn't been around racing for quite a bit. Ribbon Graph is fresh off of a very strong season, so I'll give the edge to Ribbon in that regard. Did Rhythm Doctor stuff in the meantime? I guess. I don't know how transferable that skill is, though. Ribbon also fresh off of 630 PV. Wow, that's very scary. Oh, TNF missing out on a Ring of Regen, though. A bit of a wrong way here for Pojo will pay off. So, a huge ring to miss out on. Meanwhile, checking the lock shop for some pretty okay items. Ballet shoes and obsidian armor is gonna protect you pretty decently well. But yeah, missing out on that one too is gonna prove to be pretty big. This death metal's taking quite a while for TNF. Just throw fireball. Okay, that works. Ojo, meanwhile, is taking. Took a pretty big hit there. Taking a longer time on Zone 1, but has found a much better build as a result. But we'll just run into a vat. H. And then a Blood Nightmare, so pretty rough. DNF, meanwhile, has found a good old faithful here, the Titanium Longsword. Very safe weapon, and very reliable as well. But yeah, Pojo can, on the seed rerun, knows where the items are, picks up the Battle Shovel, picks up the Ring of Regen, and just needs to go after picking up those two. Maybe, if you got the resources, then get the armor in the shop. Ballet shoes are a definite bonus with that, but they are optional. The most important part is that you do pick up the armor. Yeah, I'm pretty sure TNF is brand new to the racing scene. And I believe Pojo has participated in at least one conduit before, but both of these races did not participate in the main season that just finished. Humming Bee is definitely, yeah, Koopy as well. Also Oracle. Slash Gleeok and Spiel. Basically, this conduit is stacked. Slash Mochi. Like, heck, who's in this conduit? I'll just... It's disgusting. Earth Spell here, pick up for TNF. I think that's pretty much all the candidates for people who are really good. And can definitely take it, but may not be favorites. 9 out of 18 are new. New as in how new? As in CoNDUIT new, or just like Condor X2 new? New to CoNDUIT represent, glad to have you. And good luck on your races, everybody. Yeah, TNF pulling off the slow play. If what you're telling me is correct, and TNF has the deathless records for some characters, then I would expect that people who play deathless know how to slow play, so no worries there. But the thing with racing slow play is that you just sometimes just also have to know when to just pick up the pace. But Pojo's having a bit of trouble getting a foot in this run. It gets really, really hard after a while. It's mostly a mental game when you die a lot early on. But once you pass that mental barrier and just get back on your feet, it's gonna be fine, except the problem is your opponent's probably pretty far ahead. But still. Another death. Much less nervous about your... Yeah? Good luck on that. Racing debut. How exciting. It's always pretty nerve-wracking to just start racing. Courage Shovel here for TNF is being put to good use. Mostly as safety. A very safe shovel. Also disgustingly fast. And just spending a bomb to get out of that shop, I was like, what? What's happening? Yeah. It's pretty easy to just get stuck in Zone 1. So, there's no shame. It's a pretty common occurrence, all things considered. Good Earth there. For TNF, gonna leave the strength up boots behind, keeping the ballet shoes for the safety, which is the right call. And a potion for TNF will make this very, very safe. You take the strength boots. I would definitely consider it. I'm not sure if I would take it, though, in this situation. With this much of a lead. But yeah, considering TNF has been slow playing, this is 6:30. I mean, not 6:30, 7:30 into CoNDUIT 4. Pojo taking another dunk. Spying a Ring of Mana. Not taking Mana Ring. But it's Mana Earth and Mana Shield, how could you? Why? Why? You don't have a ring? Aww. That's disappointing. What? Oh. Upright is pretty fun too, but Mana Earth is even more fun. So yeah, I'm pretty sure we're gonna see Upright strats for Necrodancer then. When you give up Mana Earth for it. You definitely, like, Mana Earth is not just more fun, it's also safer. Because you also get Mana Shield as well, but not even considering Mana Shield, it's just safer. Upright is fine. It doesn't make things all too much safer is the thing. And you definitely don't need the speed advantage that Upright gives you. Yeah, and you have Courage Shovel too. But yeah, pretty sure TNF is just gonna be able to finish this off. Yeah, it makes Necrodancer safer. Upright makes Necrodancer safer, but not as much as taking Mana Earth and Mana Shield over it. So, just moving on here for TNF, ignoring the Ring of Regen, I believe that was. About 9 minutes into the final bosses. and setting up Upret here. I will get the extended shield too. Using an extended shield bug. So, extended shield bug, if you didn't know, it's a very, very helpful bug that you'll see a lot of people use if you watch any kind of racing. Or at least cadence racing, because it's kind of only relevant on the Necrodancer fight in that the way shields work, they mark when the song ends, and that's relative to the current song. So if you enter a song transition and your shield is up, then you have till the beginning of the song, plus however long the shield is, plus how many beats you've already waited, and you get a stupidly long shield pretty much. But GG's TNF taking the first point. So yeah, you still gotta keep Dorian protected though, but you can have a super, super safe Necrodancer fight. Or cadence, at least. And if things are very, very dire, you might even want to wait a bit longer on the first song. Intentionally stall on the first song if you can afford. If your opponent's not right behind you, of course. In order to get an even longer shield, just in case. But yeah, on to the next seed. Just a very, very solid play from TNF there. That was a pretty speedy slow play. Given TNF is new to racing, this is a super, super strong showing from what I've seen of them. Basically, just use shield before you move on to phase 2 of the Necrodancer fight and you get a long shield. That's pretty much all you need to know. Ah, Pojo blowing themselves up. Might just want to reset there. Definitely an option to reset. It's not too far away from the beginning. You get 2 hearts back, but... a floor is a floor. You don't want to let your opponent get too far ahead. Especially if your opponent's this quick compared to you. TNF is fast. But yeah, that's another thing. If you're not really familiar with racing, your reset button is your friend at the beginning. If you walk the wrong way, instead of walking back to the beginning, just hit the reset button and you can get teleported back to wherever you spawned initially. Yeah, TNF is a very, very scary racer. Like, we listed a bunch of people with the potential to win. Oh, we had a bit of a multi-lane situation for Pojo. Needed to get rid of that ghost first. Yeah, back to the beginning. TNF is still in Zone 1. Not the end of the world, but... yeah, TNF is just very, very strong as a racer. Yeah, that's all you need to know. Before you free the Necrodancer, pop shield. And it will be long shield. And of course, keep track of Dorian. Cadence may be invincible, but Dorian isn't. Just stand still. It's fine, you don't need to keep the multiplier up. Do the standstill thing, where you just don't press any buttons. Aria brain. Oh yeah, we're on a +1 Obsidian Longsword, which is very safe. Again, Longsword is one of the safer weapon types. It's not snaggy. but it also is it's pretty good reach and slash. It's all around a very good weapon. Very safe and controllable. You can go decently fast with it, definitely not as fast as some other weapons. And it's also very safe, so super, super good. This game is not easy. It's really hard. Flawless drop for Pojo. Yeah, Pojo's been having the best of times here, but still alive, going into zone 2. Definitely would recommend. It goes for sale on Steam for like $3. So that's like nothing. Cap. If you're really unsure about it, and you're interested in a crit answer, I guess I can hook you up with a coffee. When watching 60 BPM. 10 other roguelikes, yeah, that's fine. I've been there. Yeah, TNF, there's not too much to say here. Just very, very strong play. Doing what they gotta do in order to keep the lead. Keeping things safe, keeping things moving along at a pretty reasonable pace. Like, this looks like a pretty experienced racer, despite TNF being new to the racing scene. Yeah, just get the potion somehow. Preferably without spending a bomb, but best be alive when you get it. Armadillo wrangling can be a bit scary if you're at low health and not too comfortable with doing it. Yeah. TNF actually isn't really slow playing, it's just moving along at a very decent pace. It just looks like slow play because of how efficient it is. Very, very impressed. And we got a Zuma strat. Moving on to zone 4, got goo protection. Got potion, got lots of health, got some cookies. It's pretty well loaded here. Nice fireball. And has enough damage to actually just crack open the urn with that spiked ears. Pretty neat. A peel spell and a chicken, which will be quaffed immediately. What tier TNF would be? Probably Titanium would be my guess. Probably pretty squarely in Titanium. Ooh, bit of late message situation. That was an excellent, excellent fireball to get out. Yeah, high gold or Titanium. I think more leaning towards the Titanium end, though. But I haven't seen too much of them, but what I've seen is just very, very nice. Ooh, backing up quite a bit for this 4-3, but it's fine. Has a lot of time over Pojo here. What if I want to be nice to people? No, that was before I saw how bad you were at Dead Ringer in GPA. I seriously think you could be Titanium if you just had Dead Ringer down. Like, I still stand by that. It's like, oh, what happened? GPA has lost another point due to Dead Ringer. Dropping the beat for Pojo. Eat cookies, eat the cookies, you have food, eat cookies, thank you. Thank you so much. Staying alive there, but no more food, sadly. But better to use your food than to die with food in your back pocket. Especially if it's magic ham. You're good at Dead Ringer. Kappa! Oh, we have Uprat again. TF does like the Uprat. Gave up mana ring for that last seed, so... Fire pigs do not like... Hello, focusing. Kappa. On to Dead Ringer for TNF. Like, this is... TNF is, definitely has a capability. What is this? Fireball shots? Let's go. Oh, yeah, okay. That looked like... I was like, okay, this is gonna be lures or something, but then no, it's Fireball strats. Nice. Yeah, if you're racing as GPA... It's not over till it's over. Oh no, Pojo going down. Ugh, Fireball here, yeah. Sorry, focusing. That's probably the literal worst case scenario, is that you have magic ham / magic cookies, I guess. And then you die. You shouldn't have magic ham and die. But that was just rude. Anywho. Another pretty decently paced run, like... GNF doing what they have to. Like, keeping their health high is the thing as well. Had a lot of health to spend, but leaving it there just to have a very, very large cushion to work with if things go wrong. Magic cookies are a myth. Just like Ring of Wonder. Yeah, GG's. Dorian is impossible. That's true. Alright, we have a .D from TNF. Kappa. Okay, we have the .R now. Dudes are entered. Good luck, have fun. We have a number. We have a double, which is pretty cool. But yeah, TNF is just completely outplaying Pojo. And that leaves the pressure on Pojo to just step out of their comfort zone to try to catch up, which... Stepping out of your comfort zone in Necrodancer can either end in death, or it can either actually work out. But it greatly increases your chances of dying. Carry Dry Baby. For several zones, and then into 4-2 Transmog, and then bomb it. Yes, totally. Either it works or it doesn't. Yeah. Totally. That's true for pretty much everything. Ham here for TNF in the Mimic. Jumping right into the skeleton. We'll just eat it in Transmog. Don't hate that. Pojo, meanwhile, transmogging the ham. I don't agree with that. Ham is good. especially right now. Bomb the Pain Shrine for cheese is probably what you want to do if you're Pojo. We have Up Dove. Uh, I don't like Up Dove. The Up Familiar spot is reserved for either Rat or Snowbro, not Dove. But it's fine. That's not fine. Jumping right into the Black Skeleton, that's not fine. TNF, meanwhile, drop in an item down the trapdoor. We'll find a titanium harp. We'll use transmog and then just pick up a titanium longsword. So we have another longsword. We're 3 for 3 on longswords this set. Longsword's good. You can go pretty fast with them, and they're also very safe. Very controllable, you won't get snagged, etc. I've been over this already. You being in your comfort zone still contains dying. Yeah, that's just how Necrodancer is. There's no way to reduce your chances of dying to 0. Which is why you shouldn't give up if you're racing. So get back in the game. You never know what might happen to your opponent. This is a Fuzz Door situation for TNF. I think could have possibly used the bounce trap there in order to dodge that bomb. But instead just iframes it. That works as well. But yeah, locked monster shop with some very, very good items. Here is an obsidian rapier. I'm not sure if you take that though, given you can just outpace your opponent with the longsword anyways. But still, this is like one of the best weapons you can pick up in racing, period, so it's definitely not a bad choice. Needing for some armor and getting a Squigga suit for a nice 1.5 points of armor. Blowing up that trapdoor though. Meanwhile, Pojo is on the Zone 1 boss. Doing a pretty solid job on the run back here. Out the holes up behind. Taking a hit from the Queen, so no flawless. Taking another hit, going down to half a heart. I do not like this. Bombing the King. Meanwhile, TNF finishing off the flawless. Pojo is in absolute Spook Town now, 1 hit away from death. Which is not a good place to be when you're racing, because that's when you just either slow down to not die or just be scared, which is also slow. Also on 1 damage dagger in zone 2. You want to definitely be at least on 2 damage here to have a pretty comfortable zone 2. This is not going to be a good zone 2 for Pojo, probably. Needs to find health, needs to find a weapon. Shriner find for TNF. Will bomb for a ring. Has holy water. Just in case, probably. But yeah, no way to just bomb for regen there. An option there would be to go for the dagger enchant by tapping the Peace Shrine. But you probably don't want to, given you already have an Obsidian Rapier. Never mind, don't listen to me. Is introduced to me as the new Racers League. That's what it's supposed to be. I say that as an ex-CoNDUIT veteran who's been in CoNDUIT for like 2-3 years. But not anymore, they kicked me out. I've been in there for too long. Imagine being a CoNDUIT veteran, Cap. Going to get 2 monsters. Jumping right into a clone. Meanwhile, we have left Snowbro. TNF really likes Uprat then. If you're gonna sacrifice up Snowbro just for up rat. Oh, stepping on this confused trap. Okay, it's fine. This zone 4 is definitely a bit hairy though. Or TNF. Oh jeez. Okay. Very well protected, thankfully, and has Ring of Regen. But I feel like that could have gone way worse if the enemies were more dangerous, but they were relatively nice. Trans meat spell. We're seeing quite a lot of spells for TNF this entire set, and some pretty solid use out of them, which is good. If you have spells, you want to use them. Ooh, lunging right into Blade Master though, has Ring of Regen, is very well protected. That wall pig, it's fine. Eat some food. Yeah, this is a pretty hairy zone 4 for TNF. It's definitely not clean, but it doesn't really matter if you have healing and this much armor. Just shrug off the hits, who cares? No need to worry. Pojo. I think trying to wrangle that dragon to break that barrel, but instead, take a dragon hug. Don't let dragons hug you. Also, monkeys. Don't let monkeys hug you either. I think the most, the most skilled conduit player probably is just Trevor Dactyl. Trevor did not belong in conduit at all. But they never raced before, so we don't really know how good they are at racing. But then when they started racing, they were like, yeah, this is like crystal tier. This is a crystal tier race in conduit. Anywho, Dead Ringer. Right side spawn, so easy left side scoots. Double riders though. Okay, it's fine. Has the rapier. This is not fine. This is off the rails. Okay. Freeze double earth. Very, very good job there to just not panic and just get that done. That was like... That was super clean, just re-railing it. Given TNF's credentials as a deathless world record holder. Not surprising, but still, very, very impressive. That's, that requires quite a bit of skill to just do that. Off the rails Dead Ringer is the time where you just go panic and then die and fail to re-rail it. Oh yeah, very consistently solid play. TNF, like, finishing all 3 of those points at not just very, very safely, but also about 10, 11-ish minutes. That was a race in time of 10:07. Previous one was 10:53. The one before that was 10:21, so... That is a very decent pace to be that comfortable with. So, good stuff. Very, very good stuff there. Ojo, meanwhile, fought pretty hard, but yeah. TNF just playing really, really well, and Ojo really couldn't do anything about that in response. But yeah, GG's, a 3-0 for TNF.